Hello and welcome to more Marvel Character Talk. We're going to look through this issue of Amazing Spider-Man, the original run. This is from cover date December 1965. Believe it or not, Doc Ock is in this issue, behind this. But what makes this one special is he starts to go to college, and it's the first appearance of Harry Osborn and Gwen Stacy. So we'll see how they're drawn. This is written by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, and we'll see the credits in a second. This is their short-lived, instead of Marvel Comics, they changed to Marvel Pop Art Productions for about 3 months. In bullpen bulletins page, they made a big deal about changing over. Oh, they're not comic books anymore, they're pop art. And then, for whatever reason, it didn't go well, and they'll revert back to the regular Marvel Comics, and they'll mention, oh, they goofed or something. So they tried to did a change, and it didn't work, and they went back. This Be My Destiny, dedicated to you, the great new Marvel breed of reader. The Master Planner goons are in there. They kind of have neat little henchman outfits. Yeah, kind of a cool cover. Let's look at the back. We've seen that type of back cover before, that ad for drawing. Let's open it up already, come on. Oh, through it muscles. This Be My Destiny. Masterful script by Stan Lee. Magnificent artwork by Steve Ditko. Mellifluous lettering by Sam Rosen. And it doesn't say it in here, but a lot of these, by them, Steve Ditko was doing the plotting of them, and Stan Lee would come in and write them. They weren't in best of good working conditions with each other anymore, and Steve Ditko would leave in mid-1906 coming up. That's kind of cool. It almost looks like a pinup. Let's see if I can turn these pages. It starts out there. They've got a plot going on. They've got to figure it out. Underwater. Some Spidey action. I always like when they do that old style helicopter look. There he goes. That's some really cool things. The Inhumans were just starting. That's a classic cover. Look at that Kirby artwork. That's why I like looking through the original comics. You get to see everything that's in there. And there's another Kirby with Absorbing Man. He's up in Asgard himself, and he's going to take on Odin. Loki was going nuts. Always loved Crusher Creel, the Absorbing Man. Get back to looking at the panels here. We'll have Underwater Blue. This is a multi-parter, so... see, there's Aunt May, always worrying about the poor dear. She doesn't feel good again. Oh, there he is. Getting in there, getting books. Home, uh-oh, she doesn't feel good. Worrying about her for years and decades in the comics. Yeah, so there's a lot of Peter Parker in this issue. And here he goes. There's Flash Thompson, and there they are. Let's take a look here. Short distance ahead in Peter's first class, we find, heard a lot about you, Flash. I'm Harry Osborn, and this little lady is the ex-beauty queen of Standard High, because he knew Flash from where he went to high school, but he didn't know them yet, so they're meeting them there. As if you couldn't tell, the little lady has a name, Flash. It's Gwen Stacy. I've followed your football career all through high school. You should have let me know, Gwen. I'd have given you all the facts in person. Do you think you'll be successful with collegiate football, Flash? With someone like you watching, I won't ever even need the other 10 players. Look at this. So this is how Ditko first in Vision, the blonde Gwen Stacy. There they are. Oh, they're taking a look at Puny Parker. Flash knows him. Isn't he the boy who won the science scholarship to ESU? He must be brilliant. Looks like any other frosh to me. Well, I might as well introduce you so you can see how square a guy can be. Hey, Parker, come here. I want to talk to you. He doesn't seem to hear you. And, of course, always having problems. So instead of having nothing on his mind to meet these, he's so worried about Aunt May, and then they take it personally. He's busy. They ignored us. Look at that. Oh, they don't like him already. That creep is no friend of mine. He seemed nice enough. Perhaps he didn't hear you. And then she's thinking about him over there. Not as husky as Flash. He's brighter and very attractive. Are they thinking about him? Brush off. Look at it. He's been a dead mummy for all those years. Look at him watching him in the class. See how much Peter Parker is in this? Oh, there's Harry Osborn. You'll get to meet his dad in... I don't think he shows up in this issue, but he's sort of in the background. And then, not too many issues down the road, he'll be revealed as the Green Goblin. Is she talking to him? Met a boy like him. He didn't even give me a glance. Well, look at that. They do that. The icy. They did that in some of the other books when the female characters got mad at the fellas. That's the way it was then. Icy. Thank you very much, Mr. Parker. I changed my mind. Just keep watching. It'll happen any second now. Poof. They're doing some kind of practical joke on him. And then the professor's there, getting them in trouble. Look at how much. Tons of Peter Parker. Going to see Aunt May. So they had this one as a three-parter, so they had a lot of room to stretch out the story. Like I said... spoiler, the master planner turns out to be Doctor Octopus. Come off it, Gwen. How much poof do you want? Chicks always seem to go for those egg-headed, skinny creeps. Flash. Oh, there he is. We love Jameson. News! I want news! Something must be happening somewhere. I can't sell a newspaper without news. Why doesn't something happen? Foswell. Spoiler. Foswell was the big man in the Forces in number 10, and then he has a special storyline that'll continue as sort of an undercover patch. He was the first patch, and they're all the way up into 52 with the Kingpin. And then Betty Brant, who was sort of Peter's girlfriend, light girlfriend, there, and she's going to meet Ned, so Ned leads. Not sure if this is the first Ned. I don't think so. I think they met him a little bit earlier, but it's early on. Hardly remember what he looks like later on. And, of course, there's Spider-Man. No, remember, Ned Leeds had ties to the Hobgoblin and other things later on. Back finally to the story. There's Patch. That's Foswell going undercover. Look, she's still trying to get to him. Hello there. Awfully sorry. You'll have to excuse me. I'm in a hurry. Oh, look at her. Why, the unmitigated nerve of him. Nobody gives Gwen Stacy the brush off that way. You young man are going to regret that, I promise. Think they didn't have full insurance or whatever, so Parker's always worried about money for Aunt May. There he's getting some of the lowdown. Patch, master planner, henchmen are doing their business. They look kind of cool. A little Ditko art. Spidey all fluid, hopping all over. Rip. It was a big shock when John Romita took over. His look for Spider-Man was a lot different. Oh, he's going to put on one of those. See? Experiment. Poor woman can't last much longer. This was the 60s. She was dying in the 70s and in the 80s and on and on. Next issue, we shall learn the fate of Peter Parker's Aunt May, as well as the identity of the Master Planner, because you're our kind of reader. We offer the admonishment, you must not miss this. Oh, there's more coming up. They got the cool letters page, and there might be another ad. Oh, yes, there's lots of good stuff here. Well, look at this. This way, there's the Fantastic Four Annual. That was the wedding of Sue and Reed with a ton of guest stars. If you never get a chance to get this issue, get it, because it's great. There's so many people on here, on the cover and in there. It's really cool. They've got tons of villains and heroes. I won't call them all out. You can see those. I have that one. I might do an issue on that one. Oh, they're already doing more reprints, Marvel Tales. And there's the first Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos got an annual too. And this is called the bullpen bulletin page. What's in that mailing tube? And then each one they'd use a specific character for the book that it was in. So this one they've got the Green Goblin. And so another of the issues that were out this month, that would be changed to something more specific. The little tidbits welcoming Joe Sinnott, who's going to be joining the Fantastic Four. List of their club members that they print in there. There's the coupon. Luckily, it's not cut out. They started advertising. They started making cool shirts. The stationery. And then see what was out that bunch. Fantastic Four, number 45 with the Inhumans. Avengers 22. X-Men 14, that was a key issue with the Sentinels. Daredevil 10, that was really neat with the Anti-Men. We saw that Thor 122. Strange Tales had switched over from the Torch to Nick Fury, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and of course Doctor Strange was still in there. Suspense, that's Iron Man and Captain America. Astonish, this had switched over from Giant Man to Submariner and Namor and the Hulk. And then the Sergeant Fury. And there's finally the letters page, the Spider's Web. That looks pretty cool. More joining up on that. And they put a little bit of artwork on there. They'd have letters, answer them, and then they'd have more tidbits in the yellow little boxes. This was the full 2-page letters page. So when you look at these stories, there are 20 pages of art for the story, but there's also 5 more pages of Marvel, 2 letters pages, so that brings it up to 22. The bullpen page, 23, and then there were 2 ads for their comics. We saw the other one earlier and this one, so 24, 25. And on very occasionally they'd have a pin-up, and when they did that, they usually cut out one of the ads for the cover. So always check, if you're buying Silver Age, the page count, because they do say that. Then they go up to 20 as the last one, but you need all 5 of the other pages to make it complete, along with the ads. Look here, and if anybody's made it look this far, thank you. And for everybody, thanks for liking and subscribing. More Marvel character talk.